we're going to look at stem and leaf diagrams now. Okay, so stem and leaf diagrams are particularly useful for your National 5 numeracy, and they're basically a way of like tidying up all the numbers. So here we've got test scores from a class 3A, and they're just all in a jumble. So I've got 28, 45, 33, they're not in any order at all. A stem and leaf diagram is just a way of tidying them all up and looking at, it kind of shows you the shape of the data, so you can see at a glance how well the class is doing. Okay, so if all the numbers are higher up or if all the numbers are lower down. Okay, so very easy to draw. Just need to draw with a ruler. You draw kind of one straight line. Okay, and then I'm going to think, what's my stem? So how I'm going to tidy these up is I'm going to use the tens and the units. Okay, so I've got numbers in the 20s, the 40s, the 30s and the 10s. And I'm just going to use them as my stems. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And how I'd write 28, the first one, is I just put the 2 there. It's like the 20s, I've got the 20 there and then that's my 8 units. And the next one, 45, so I put a 5 there. For my 4 tens, 5 units. 33, I put a 3 there. Now 41, I'm just going to stick that there. Okay, 27, that's going there. 10 is going there. 45, that can go there. 27, there. 38, there we go. 42, there it is. 19, and 37. Okay, so we can kind of see at a glance that most of these test scores are high. I've got 4 scores there in the 40s and only 2 in the 10s. Now, one thing that's maybe bothering me a little bit is these numbers aren't in order. It's like this was kind of my rough draft, and now I'm going to do my real version. Okay, so I've got them kind of halfway tidied up, and then let's draw a neat version. You could have always put these in order to begin with, okay, but I think this is easier if you don't have too many numbers to deal with. This way is fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 and 9, that's in order, but this should be 7, 7, 8, 3, 7, 8, just putting them in order, and this is going to be 1, 2, 5, 5. There we go, and now it's all in order, and you could rub that out, I suppose, or put a line through it. Okay, just, it's not a bad thing, and I'm not saying you always need to, I mean, definitely don't rub out your working normally, but just make it clear somewhere that this is your final version, okay? So we titled test scores, and there's a couple of little things that we need. Okay, so we need a key. And what that basically says is like 2 line 7 means 27, okay? So 2 line 7 means 27, and you also need to write down how many numbers there are. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. N equals 12. Okay, and that's it, that's your key. And your, I don't even know what the word for this is, but it's two things you both need. Okay, so now we're going to find the mean, median, mode and range of the test scores. This is the kind of thing that might turn up in your Nat 5 numeracy. Okay, now we just need to add them all up basically. Okay, so we've got 10, 19, 27, 27, just reading back off stem and leaf diagram, 33, 37, 38, 41, 42 and 2 lots of 45. Okay, and let me tell you, if you add them all up, you are going to get 392. Okay, and it tells you how many to divide by. It tells you to divide by 12. Okay, and then 392 divided by 12. Let me tell you, that's 32.666. You would use a calculator for that. 32.7 to 1 decimal place. Okay, that's the mean. Okay, for the median, they're all in order for you. Okay, so, and there's 12 of them. So I'm just going to go to this top line because look, I've written them all out in order anyway. So that's the mean for the median. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be my midline. So I've got 6 there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. And remember, I just need to find halfway in between. Now, there's a wee quick way to do that. I suppose you could just look at it and know, but you can also, to find the median, when you've got this kind of case where it's in between those two, where you add them up and you half it. So 33 add 37, that's 70, you half it, and that's 35. And we can see that 35 is halfway in between those two. The mode is the one that comes up the most. Now there's only one that comes up twice, and that's 45. So that, oh no, 27 as well. So you could either say there's two modes, 27 and 45, or you'd be quite valid to say there's no mode. Okay, I would probably say it's bimodal data. Okay, two modes. And the range is the highest take away the lowest, remember, so 45 take away 10 is 35. That measures how spread out they are. Okay, so it's saying now add in the data for class 3B to make a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram. Now I've been a bit silly here and I've written all this on top of it. I'm just going to, obviously you wouldn't rub out your work in the test, but I'm just making a bit of room here. To make it a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram, what I want to do is, why did I put that line in there? What I want to do is, I'm just going to go backwards, okay? Now let's put these in order. Let's try and do them in order. So 10s, I don't have any 10s, okay? Oh no, I do, look, there's 15, okay? And then in the 20s, I've only got 28, okay? And then in the 30s, I've got two 35s and a 32, oh, and a 38 there. So let's try and put them in order. So I've got 32, this is just going backwards, so 3 10s, 2 units, 32. Got my two 35s, 5 and 5, and then my 38. So it's just the same thing going backwards, okay? 40s, I've got 41s first, so a 41, two 44s, a 47 and a 48, okay? And then I've got a 50 as well, so I'm going to need to extend this a little bit and have a 50 there, okay? Okay, so work out the median and range for class 3B and write two statements. Well, let's, hang on. We've got our n equals 12 over here, and over on the other side we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. I've got n equals 12 over here as well. Okay, so I can, without writing out all the numbers, I've already got them in order. So I've got 12 numbers, so I'm going to do the same thing again. So my lowest number is 15, then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my median is going to be between 38 and 41, okay, because look, there's the 6 smallest numbers, there's the 6 biggest numbers, it's going to be in between, in the middle of them, okay, so I could do my trick and add them up. 38 add 41 is 79, and then I'm going to half it, okay, how many 2's going to 7? 3 with 1 left over. How many 2's going to 19? 9 with 1 left over. I'm going to make it 75. 79.0. How many 2's going to 10? 5. 39.5. Okay. You could also have thought, well, they're 3 apart. Halfway, half of 3 is 1.5, so it's going to be 38 add 1.5. It's 39.5. So that's the median. Oops. Range is 50 take away 15 is 35, okay? And I'm going to write two statements comparing the classes. So I'm going to compare the average, that's the median, and I'm going to compare how spread out they are or how consistent, okay? So class 3B's got a higher median, okay? Median before was 35, here it's 39.5, that's higher. So I would write class 3B has higher test scores on average, okay? And you need to write it like that. You can't write, you've got a higher median, okay? You've got to write there higher on average and then state your evidence, since the median 39.5 is bigger than 35. Okay, now let's look at the range. So the range before for class 3A, oh no, I've rubbed it out. Oops. Okay, we can work it out again, no bother. So it was 45, take away 10 for class A. 45 take away 10 is 35. So we could say both classes have got the same range, so they have the same consistency. Okay, consistency means how spread out they are. So if you've got high consistency, they're all close together, you'd have a low range. If you've got low consistency, they're all spread out, you'd have a high range. Okay, but they've got the same consistency, since the ranges are equal, both 35. Okay, so that's how you do stem and leaf diagrams, including back-to-back ones where you've just got like two stuck together, and how to answer some wee questions on them.